making headlines this hour. First Lady Sajida Mohammed says that securing employment for persons with disabilities is essential to improving their psychological and physical well-being. Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed expresses optimism that the Maldives will not be excluded if Saudi Arabia decides to increase the Hajj pilgrimage quota for Muslim-majority nations. China extends $2.8 million in financial assistance to the Maldives to aid recovery efforts after a fire on 12 December 2024 destroyed the offices of 3 ministries in the capital. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Minha Maroof. First Lady Sajida Mohammed says that securing employment for persons with disabilities is essential to improving their psychological and physical well-being, describing workplace opportunities as a central element of President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's social support program. She delivered her remarks at a ceremony hosted by the state electric company Stelco, where appointment letters were presented to newly hired employees. Employment, she underscored, not only provides financial independence but also fosters social integration and healthier routines. First Lady Sajida noted that participation in the workforce enables individuals to manage tasks previously undertaken by family members, a shift that advances personal autonomy while strengthening both physical and mental wellness. She added that the benefits extend beyond the individual, yielding economic and social dividends for families and the nation, and reinforcing communal bonds of compassion and stability. Stelco has employed 30 individuals under this initiative, contributing to the administration's record for securing positions for 350 persons with disabilities during the current term. The First Lady affirmed that these measures reflect the government's commitment to building a more inclusive society. First Lady Sajida presided over Stelco's induction of 30 employees with disabilities, raising the total to 80. Drawn from 20 islands, the recruits reflect broad inclusivity. Managing Director Ahmad Shamar Rashid said the expansion aligns with President Muizzu's pledges, marking organizational progress and reinforcing Stelco's commitment to social impact. China extends $2.8 million in financial assistance to the Maldives to aid recovery efforts after a fire on 12 December 2024 destroyed the offices of 3 ministries in the capital. The blaze engulfed the building opposite the Divhi Raja Ke Adu in Male, leaving the Ministry of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure in ruins. The adjacent green building, which housed the former Ministry of Climate Change and Environment and the former Environmental Protection Agency, was also rendered unusable. In the aftermath, the displaced agencies have been forced to conduct their operations temporarily from the Darubaruge Convention Center. At a formal handover ceremony, Chinese Ambassador Kong Xianhua presented the funds to Musa Zamir, the Minister of Finance and Planning. The aid has been designated for the procurement of office furniture and essential equipment, enabling the ministries to resume critical functions. Minister Zamir, in remarks at the ceremony, highlighted that the assistance would play a vital role in restoring government operations and stands as a symbol of enduring strength of bilateral relations. He noted that recent diplomatic engagements, particularly President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's meetings with President Xi Jinping, have deepened trust between Beijing and Male and expanded avenues of cooperation. In a landmark move for sustainable development and economic diversification, the Maldives officially green-lights its first sustainable township project under the Special Economic Zone (SEZ) framework. Crystal Holdings Private Limited has been granted formal permit by the Board of Investment to develop Project Isla, a visionary $790 million sustainable township set to transform parts of Nono Atoll. The project, which will span the Gurafaru, Dekunufaru and Karamadu, marks a major milestone following recent amendments to the SEZ Act, originally enacted in 2014, which were signed into law by the President to attract forward-thinking, eco-conscious investors. These amendments allow for dedicated zones promoting integrated economic activities, paving the way for large-scale, sustainable infrastructure developments. Speaking at a special approval ceremony, the CEO of Crystal Holdings expressed pride in being the first company awarded such a project, emphasizing its significance for the nation's economic growth and social well-being. Minister of Economic Development and Trade Mohammed Saeed said the recent amendments to the SEZ Act have significantly boosted investor confidence and revitalized interest in Maldivian markets. Minister Saeed emphasized that the long-dormant legislation is now being activated as a cornerstone of the government's economic diversification agenda. Highlighting the reforms, Minister Saeed explained that while previous versions of the law offered broad tax exemptions, the updated act introduces clear fiscal boundaries to safeguard national revenue while still ensuring an attractive, transparent environment. The administration has actively promoted SEZ opportunities through international investment forums, leading to competitive bidding and high-quality project proposals like Crystal Holdings. Minister Saeed underscored that these efforts reflect President's manifesto commitment to diversify the economy beyond tourism and build sustainable industries for future generations. The landmark project will feature premium residential units, world-class healthcare facilities, and a robust commitment to environmental stewardship, utilizing at least 60% renewable energy. Additionally, it will incorporate modern aquaculture and urban agriculture systems to ensure food security for residents. The Ministry of Economic Development and Trade confirmed that land reclamation is already underway, signaling the project's swift transition from vision to reality. The Minister of Islamic Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed, expresses optimism that the Maldives will not be excluded if Saudi Arabia decides to increase the Hajj pilgrimage quota for Muslim-majority nations. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the second Hajj and Umrah conference in Malé, Minister Shahim emphasized that while no official decision has been made by the Saudi authorities due to ongoing construction near the Holy Mosque, the possibility of an expanded quota post-completion offers hope for more Maldivian pilgrims to fulfill their religious obligations. The minister highlighted the critical role of Hajj and Umrah service providers in the country, acknowledging the efforts of private companies while also pointing to systematic challenges, particularly in Umrah administration. He noted that inefficient administrative arrangements often force last-minute government interventions, leading to undue financial strain on the state-run Maldives Hajj Corporation. In recognition of excellence in Umrah service provision, the Ministry of Islamic Affairs honored 5 leading organizations with commemorative plaques during the ceremony. The event, attended by the Saudi ambassador to the Maldives and the chairman of the Al Safwa Foundation, also marked the signing of a strategic agreement between the Maldives Hajj Corporation and Al Safwa Foundation aimed at enhancing logistical support for pilgrims and building national capacity in Hajj management. In a strategic move to reverse the declining proficiency of the Divehi language among young children, the Minister of Education, Dr. Ismail Shafiu, officially launches the National Early Learning Program, emphasizing the urgent need for quality linguistic resources tailored for infants and early learners. Speaking at the program's official launch, Minister Shafiu highlighted a growing societal concern over the erosion of children's speaking and reading abilities in Divehi. He stressed that early childhood, particularly primary school age, is a critical window for language development, yet the market remains severely understocked with suitable materials. He called on Maldivian writers, artists, and local businesses to collaborate with the Ministry of Education to produce high-quality Divehi content, noting that such efforts are vital not only for education but also for cultural preservation. As part of this national initiative, the Ministry's Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR) program, developed in partnership with the National Institute of Education (NIE), has already produced, digitized, and distributed 15 new Divehi language children's books to all primary schools across the country, marking a significant step towards strengthening foundational literacy in the mother tongue. A milestone in sports development is celebrated on Thursday as 32 participants received their Certificate 1 in Sport Administrators and Team Management. The accredited program, recognized by the Maldives Qualification Authority (MQA), marks a significant step in building professional capacity within the nation's sports sector. Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation Abdullah Rafiu presided over the certificate awarding ceremony, congratulating the graduates on their achievement and highlighting the critical role of skilled administration in advancing Maldivian sports. The minister emphasized the need to strengthen national sports associations through improved leadership and organizational capacity. He further underscored effective communication as a cornerstone of success in sports management, urging graduates to foster transparency and collaboration in their roles. The course was jointly delivered by the Maldives National Institute of Sports (MNIS) and the Maldives Olympic Committee, reflecting a collaborative effort to professionalize sports administration. Designed to enhance problem-solving skills and managerial competence, the program aims to equip participants with practical tools to address challenges in sports governance and operations, ultimately contributing to the sustainable growth of sports in the Maldives. Maldives Immigration warns that foreign nationals residing in the Maldives must comply with the scope and conditions of their permits, reminding that violations are considered offences under the Immigration Act. Recently, several foreign nationals have been arrested for engaging in illegal trade activities in the Maldives in breach of the law. In a social media post, the Maldives Immigration emphasized that foreign nationals must stay in the Maldives within the confines of the permits granted to them. It warned permits of any foreign national will be revoked for any violation of any laws and regulations of the Maldives. Immigration authorities and relevant agencies are coordinating efforts to crack down on illegal migrants. Common violations include working on expired visas, working in areas other than permitted, or performing unauthorized work. Immigration has also highlighted a growing problem of foreign nationals exploiting open visas to earn large financial gains through work, self-employment, or business beyond what their visa permits. The Maldives Customs Service donates $8,803.11 to relief efforts in Sri Lanka following the destruction caused last month by Cyclone Ditwa. Deputy Commissioners Ibrahim Mafaz and Mahmoud Riaz presented the funds to Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to the Maldives, Muhammad Rizvi Hassan, during a ceremony at the Sri Lankan High Commission in Male. The contribution reflects an institutional gesture of solidarity and complements a broader national initiative led by Public Service Media, which united 37 media outlets in a special telethon to support the neighboring country. The campaign drew wide participation from government ministries, private corporations, and citizens. To facilitate donations, organizers opened a dedicated account with the Bank of Maldives and placed collection boxes in Male, Hurumale, and Vilimale. Independent audit firm Crowe Maldives oversaw the process to ensure transparency in the handling of funds. The initiative, titled Silonai Kodivehing, raised $800,000 in total to assist Sri Lanka during this critical period. The scale of support underscores the enduring diplomatic and cultural ties between the two nations, reinforced by the fact that Sri Lanka hosts one of the largest Maldivian communities abroad. We will be back after Isha prayers.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدًا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقامًا محمودًا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
ರಾಜ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ PSME ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲವ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಫಹು ಲೊಗಿನ್ ವೆಲಾಫ ಚಾದಿವೆ ರಾಜ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ ಫಿತ್ ಕಲವ ವೋಟ್ಲಾಂ ಬೇಣುವ ದಾಯರ ಹಿಯಾಡ್ ಕುರವ ಅದಿ ವೋಟ್ಲಾಂ ಬೇಣುವಾರ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಫಹು ವೋಟ್ ದೆವ್ವ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ವೋಟಕಿ ದೆ ಟೋಕನ್ ಎಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟು ಎವ್ ವೋಟ ಬುಡಂಗಿನಂಗ್ ವೋಟ್ ದೆವೇಣೆ
Welcome back to PSM News in English. The Maldives Inland Revenue Authority reports revenue collections of $142.74 million in November, a 16.6% increase compared with the same month last year. Tourism provided the strongest impetus, driven by a 10.3% rise in visitor arrivals in October and higher receipts from the goods and services tax and the green tax. Officials said policy changes introduced earlier in the year, including high rates for the green tax and airport fees, were central to the gains. Revenues exceeded projections by 6.7%, underscoring the impact of those adjustments. Beyond tourism, non-tourism GST delivered stronger than expected returns, while fees from land transactions added to the surplus. Tourism GST remained the largest single source of income, generating $84.34 million. The green tax and airport development levies also contributed significantly, reinforcing the sector's role as the backbone of the national economy. Mira further reported collections of $103.23 million in foreign currency, with enforcement measures targeting areas and late payments accounting for a substantial share of the month's total intake. Microsoft's chief executive officer Satya Nadella says it would spend $17.5 billion in India, in its largest investment in Asia. The 4-year spending plan starts in 2026 and would give Microsoft the largest cloud computing presence in India. With around 1 billion internet users and deep tech talent, India has become a key destination for US tech giants, which are investing billions of dollars to build AI infrastructure. Data centers are seen as the South Asian country's best shot at breaking into the boom, given that it has limited chip manufacturing capabilities.
We're building out Azure as the world's computer. In fact, right here in India, we're thrilled about sort of all the data center capacity that is coming live. We already have stuff in Pune and in Chennai and Mumbai. And we're very excited of the India South Central, which is in Hyderabad, that's going to come up next year. And so this is going to be the next big data center region for us, which is going to be scaled very rapidly. One of the things we're very proud of is it's 100% renewable power. And so it's great to see us thinking about the tokens per dollar per watt with sustainability as a front and center priority.
Nadella is in the country for a 3-day trip for the company's AI conferences, with events in the capital, New Delhi, IT Hub Bengaluru, and Financial Center Mumbai starting Wednesday. The investments, the largest big-ticket outlay by technology companies in the high-stakes AI race, come amid a diplomatic standoff between New Delhi and Washington over tariffs and a stalled trade deal. The inquiry finds that the Louvre thieves had 30-second advantage against police due to failings. An inquiry from France's Culture Ministry into the spectacular heist shows the burglars who robbed Paris's Louvre Museum benefited from 30 seconds of security lapses that helped ensure their gateway with France's still missing crown jewels. 4 burglars made off with jewels worth $102 million on October 19th, exposing glaring security gaps at the world's most visited museum and revealing its deteriorating state. A combination of factors, including delayed footage from security cameras as well as an easily breakable glass window at the Apollo Gallery where the French crown jewels were taken, delayed the police response by roughly 30 seconds. Roughly 2,200 staff work at the Louvre, which houses around 500,000 artworks, of which 38,000 are exhibited. Nearly 9 million people visited the museum in 2023, corresponding to roughly 30,000 visitors per day. Noel Corbyn, Chief of General Inspection of Cultural Affairs, told the Senate committee said camera images were transmitted to a central control room and a zone control room, but the images were not viewed live due to a lack of exterior cameras as well as a lack of screens to watch all cameras simultaneously. Manchester City come from a goal down to beat Real Madrid in the Champions League away at the Santiago Bernabeu. Nico O'Reilly's opportunistic strike and Erling Haaland's penalty helped Manchester City to fight back to beat Real Madrid 2-1 in a tense Champions League contest at the Santiago Bernabeu. Rodrigo opened the scoring with a low shot from a counter in the 28th minute, with City looking exposed almost every time Madrid ventured forward for the first half an hour. But Madrid pressed the self-destruct button first when goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois spilled a relatively easy header from Josko Guardiola and O'Reilly converting the rebound in the 35th minute. Then, 8 minutes later, defender Antonio Rudiger conceded a penalty by wrestling Haaland to the ground as he went to meet a cross in the 6-yard box, with the Norwegian striker making sure with the resulting penalty. The result moved Pep Guardiola's City to 4th place in the group with 13 points from 6 matches, while Madrid slipped to 7th with 12 points, increasing scrutiny on manager Xabi Alonso as Real's dismal run extended to just 2 wins in 8 matches across all competitions over the past 5 weeks. Dozens of endangered sea turtles have moved into Florida's Keys Turtle Hospital for the winter months, seeking respite from the cold temperatures. 25 turtles arrived to be rehabilitated from colder conditions. As sea turtles are ectothermic, meaning the environment around them regulates their body temperature, the winter months take a toll, with some of the turtles now at the Florida Keys Hospital recovering from cold, stunning conditions.
Sea turtles are ectothermic. They take on the temperature of the air and water surrounding them. They cannot regulate their body temperature, so they experience a cold stunning and temperatures below 55 degrees water temperature. It slows down their metabolism. They get similar symptoms as a human would get with hypothermia. So some of these animals are critical. They have a pneumonia.
Cold-stunned turtles see their metabolism slow down, they stop eating and cannot swim.
It's very important to get these 25 turtles back in good health, return them to the wild to help save the species.
Once the winter months are over, these turtles are expected to be returned to warmer waters. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a pleasant day ahead.